Hello, welcome to Dan Really Likes Wine, presented by Pick n Pay, and welcome to a rather lavish evening here at Plaisir de Merle. It's one of the most historic wine estates in South Africa. It's been going for well over 300 years, and the sense of history here is palpable, but there's also a fresh wind blowing through because it's only just, as of the 1st of April, been acquired by Rose and Michael Jordaan. They have Bartony, they've now added this to their list of wine assets, and they're taking it to a brand new level. Lots of excitement, lots of new ideas, and taking some great South African wine with plenty of history and giving it a brand new feel. So tonight we're going to catch up with Michael, catch up with Rose, catch up with a couple of the other guests here this evening as we say a warm welcome to the brand new Plaisir de Merle. So the job of general manager at a wine estate is normally fairly demanding. You've got to run, rule over all manner of things to do, and so the man beside me, the most famous clover in the South African wine business, had a fairly tough job just running Barney. Brian Cleaver, now you've got this little estate to look after as well.
Yeah, 900 hectares, 400 on the vine. It definitely is a challenge, but everyone in the South African industry knows the potential of this farm has been exceptional. You know, you have consultants from Margot who've been involved in here, and it's really our mission now is to kind of bring back that attention to detail, focusing on smaller sites and making fantastic wines with the property.
You've got the history here. This has been going for well over 300 years. There's a real sense of heritage in terms of the South African wine scene, and yet you get the sense that maybe Plaisir de Merle over the last while hasn't quite hit the heights that it could have. Is that really the objective, to take what's an amazing property and just give it that little nudge?
There's so little you can do without great land and great soils and great vineyards, and this property has that. So our plan is to exactly elevate that, put their attention to detail back into the wines. Neil, who's been here for over almost 20 years, has been making fantastic wines with this property, but they just didn't get the opportunity to be shown in the right format, possibly in the past. So in our small culture business of jumping over hills and running around corners, we can do that. We can really take the time to give the focus to the wines that they really deserve.
You've been in the wine industry for a little while, despite your relative youth. What are you most excited about at Plaisir de Merle?
So two sides of this mountain are fantastic, and it's Cabernet. This is a fantastic Cabernet farm, Cabernet Franc, Merlot, and that's what we're going to be focusing on, building those Bordeaux blends. And really listening to what has been done here in the past. Guys have planted a few different varieties, but consistently in all of our tastings, the Cabernet base blends and Cabernets have been rock stars. So that's where we're going.
Final one for you, just between the two of us, this won't go any further than just the two of us. Is it true that Rose Jordaan, first at Bartony and now here at Plaisir de Merle as well, tries a glass of every single vintage of every single wine before breakfast?
Every day. Definitely.
I knew it. Rose Jordaan, you are my idol. So I had a quick check a little earlier on this morning on the South African Companies Register, and at the moment Michael Jordaan is involved with 82,406 different South African companies. If you want to know what they are, just Google something called the Panama Papers. But this is one that's very much above board and very much, I think, hugely close to the heart, because this is not just wine, it's taking a South African icon, it's taking South African heritage and giving Plaisir de Merle this wonderful new lease of life.
That is what it is. In the end, it's a massive commitment to South Africa. You know, there are lots of question marks about the country and where it's going. For us, it's a massive opportunity to take one of the oldest estates, you know, from 1695, which is when it was awarded, and one of the biggest estates, 974 hectares, so it's huge, and showing the world that we can make excellent wines and that we have a beautiful country, that we have friendly people. So it's our giving back to South Africa.
Now, I remember when you WhatsApped me at 3 in the morning from a nightclub in Brakpan to say you'd bought this. I thought, right, Michael, the economy's in tatters. Politically, we're a bit uncertain. The wine industry's shattered, and generally most people are looking to not invest stuff. Why on earth would you think this is a good idea? And yet I know you well enough, and you're a good enough mate of mine to know that behind that, I'm a little bit daft exterior, there's a very shrewd brain at work, and there was clearly some reasoning behind this decision.
So you're quite right that land is an issue in South Africa, as is labour, as is the wine industry, which is going through a very tough time. There are fire hazards here, there are aliens, but it's also a challenge, and challenges are exciting things in life. If you can solve them, if you can overcome problems, that's the type of thing that entrepreneurs like to do. And once again, it's like in these times of adversity where you take uncomfortable investment decisions and then you pour your heart and your soul into it, and you make the best of it that you can. So we see this as an extraordinary opportunity, but the real craziness wasn't me, it was my wife Rose.
Now you've tried to blame this on her before. I'm not buying that, Michael.
But it's a wonderful type of crazy. It's a craziness that says I'll take on all these challenges and I'll make it my rest of life project and I'll create something magnificent. And I think if all of us can do that, if South Africans can do that, we can overcome and we can achieve exceptional things in this country.
Well, you clearly believe in it, and I can sense your excitement for it. We've got a wonderful evening ahead of us, lots of really, really cool people, but also a stretch ahead. Do you feel if I come back in 10 years' time, I'm in my late 30s, you're in your early 40s, and we kick our feet up here, we're going to have this Plaisir de Merle empire that's, I think, not standing alone because you want to be very much part of the community, but really is a beacon for South African wine success?
I really hope so, Dan, and I hope so for the entire community here. We want to involve them in the market. There's a mountain biking trail that's happening here with 15 kilometers of the most pristine type of mountain biking. There's a place where you can have events and live music, where you can bring in art. So we want to connect with the community, in the process uplift everything around us, create nature, eradicate all the aliens here, and ultimately make exceptional wines and have exceptional experiences, because that's what we South Africans can do. We're people who can achieve, but we're also very, very friendly people, hence the name Plaisir. So let's be back here in 10 years' time and chat again and see if it's happened.
Well, let's be absolutely honest, there is absolutely no link whatsoever to the fact that at university, Michael once dated a girl called Merle. Instead, he's invested in a beautiful estate together with Rose, and I reckon with their commitment, their passion, their love of South Africa, we're in for something pretty special. So the evening's just picking up here at the brand new Plaisir de Merle. This is so exciting, Rose, and I can only imagine being in your shoes, where it's a project that's probably been in your head, been on drawing boards, been on computers for the last however many months, and now all of a sudden tonight, certainly not finished, but there's a real sense of we're here.
It's so exciting to be able to finally share Plaisir with everybody. There's a beautiful expression. Well, it's a word you hear in the Boerland a lot, Dan, with your good Afrikaans.
Were.
That's right. Plaisir. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to be of service. And I think that's what we actually really love about this name, because it really is about sharing and being of service and enjoying this beauty and this wonderful place in South Africa.
And to be honest, you really could have just left it at that. It is beautiful, the wine is very nice. You could have just come in and, okay, cool, we own another wine estate, that's lovely. But that's not you, that's not Michael, that's not how you do things. I know you've got a real vision for this place. Can you sum up that vision, where you'd like this to be going down the road?
Well, I think it starts really with the people. There are incredible people here. They have a lot of history with Plaisir, and we also have a lot of people that we've been working with for a number of years. And it's really a marriage and just the abundance of real talent. And South Africa is amazing, and this is what we get to all sort of form this collaboration and create this energy that you can feel here right now.
And you certainly can. You can feel it in the glass, and there's a glass of, at the moment, some really good, I think this is the 2013 Charles Moret, which is drinking delightfully. The wine is so important, it will always headline what you do, but you can't have a wine business at the moment without having, if you're at a destination space, far more to it. So what's on the horizon? Is it restaurants? Is it theme parks? Are you going to have a water world? What are you looking at doing here?
We really want to create a place where people can spend a lot of time, that they can feel it's more than their home. It's a place they want to be every weekend or every Wednesday, and it's really just a place to sort of Anzel from Anzel in the Boerland taught me something. She said, this is the COVID handshake. And we want people to come and enjoy a glass, go and cycle on the beautiful trails, come and eat beautiful food being made by wonderful artisanal craftsmen in our market. And it really is a shared space. So we want to share it with people, and we want them to come and enjoy it often and see the changes. We're doing a lot of different, we're working hard, the team's collaborating, we're all doing a lot of work. So there's always something new. There's a new trail centre opening up. Our guest houses open up in September. So we're just going to add layers and layers of things that are happening here. Lots of energy and lots of time and love being spent.
From the Cape Wine Auction to a selection of bubbly festivals and other wine events, Darielle Robertson is a rather glamorous addition to our wine landscape, and we find you here this evening, not just hanging out looking cool and gorgeous, which you do effortlessly and on a regular basis, but behind me there is a market which I believe you've got something to do with.
Luckily, yes, and it was such fun. I mean, I worked with Rose before on other projects, and when she asked me to get involved in this, I just jumped at the opportunity.
In terms of the industry getting back on its feet, this is an example. Is it an isolated one, or do you feel we're just starting to come back to the world we used to know in the wine industry?
Well, Dan, I hope so, and I think people are wanting to get back to normal. So you're seeing it more and more, and I think the fantastic thing of lockdown. One of the few fantastic things is that the locals have started to support local. So going out during the weekend, they now go to wine farms and they come and enjoy themselves. And we've got so many different options, and everyone's waiting for the tourists to come back. But I think this might be the best winter that Franschhoek or this area has ever seen, due to the fact that we've got the locals coming.
Winter is coming and we couldn't be happier. If we are coming to Plaisir de Merle, the market behind me, which is open now, when is it open? And if I do come to the market, what am I looking forward to?
So we've decided to open only on weekends. We open from Friday to Sunday. And what we decided to do is, instead of having one restaurant or one food option, we decided to go to different places within Franschhoek and get them to come and have a small but permanent pop-up. So we have burgers from Archie, we have got pizza from Alora, we've got Granville Riffle doing his bagel, milkshakes and donut bar. We've got Sholton, who does a bakery, and his pastei nonata. You just don't go near them because you'll never walk away. And so we brought together a group of like-minded people, and a group of people that I was quite adamant had to be positive. You have to have a positive outlook on things, and yes, it'll take time to grow, but it's been a fantastic group of people to work with, and we've started being really busy on a Friday night. So a Friday night from about 5 till 8, this place absolutely pumps. We have live music every weekend, and it's really great. And with the tram, that brings constant feet as well, which really helps. But definitely a weekend destination.
And we know that unofficially you run Franschhoek. It's kind of like a mafia operation, and what Darielle says goes. So you've got a really good feel of what's important. How much of an impact is this new look Plaisir de Merle, this rejuvenation under Michael and Rose, going to have on the broader Franschhoek community?
It's going to be massive. I mean, it really is massive. I think they fit in so nicely as a family, coming in and making it a family-friendly location, which is, I mean, you can't not have family friendly, and I think they've opened it up and made it casual and relaxed and inviting, and often people had not even heard of Plaisir de Merle, and now that's gone, and here's Plaisir, and there are always exciting things with Rose and Michael, and they're always forward thinking and new things on the horizon, so you can never get bored coming to one of their establishments.
Now, of course, it's very easy for Darielle to look at you glamorously and say exactly that. So why not just don't believe her at all? Don't believe me either. Come and check it out for yourself. Check out the market, check out the surrounds, maybe bring your mountain bike as well. Check out the market, check out the wine, and come and see exactly why there is so much excitement around the new look Plaisir. The South African wine community is full of luminaries who've done amazing things. One of them is with me right now. He ran the Reuben Rothschild business for so many years and is now rejuvenating Thaibosch, which I think, Scott Willemscher, gives you a really interesting perspective, because you've taken Thaibosch as what was, let's be honest, a brand that had kind of died out, and you've rejuvenated it. Certainly Plaisir de Merle hadn't died out, but I think we all agree it was in need of a little bit of life, and I get a real sense that that's what's happening now.
Definitely a sense of purpose. It's incredible for the industry in itself. Now, it's quite a large property, 1,000 hectares, I think 400 hectares under vine, and you can see there's a new energy, which is incredible, vision, and for me, that is really nice, is the fact that people are still willing to invest in this industry. It's absolutely fantastic.
And investing in a brand that's got such history, it's got such heritage. We're over 300 years here at Plaisir de Merle. How important is it for you, the South African wine industry, to be able to nurture iconic estates like this and keep them part of the wine landscape?
It's incredible. You know, I think it was founded in 1690 or somewhere there. In order to know where we're going, we need to know where we're coming from, you know. So in that aspect, for me, it is incredible that this property with this history is being nurtured to the point where it is now, and I'm so excited to see where it's going to be in the future.
Now, it's all well and good that it's been going for 300 odd years, that's fine. What about the actual estate, the terroir, the quality of the wine? Is this just well, we're keeping it going because it's old and that would be nice? Or is there something genuinely exciting, genuinely meaningful about the terroir, about the wine, about the product that is Plaisir de Merle?
Well, if you're going to make a mediocre wine, you're not going to survive. I mean, it's as simple as that. So, for me, and especially with the size of this property, adjacent to the side of the northern side of the Simonsburg, it's incredible. So many different valleys, so different aspects, north-facing slopes, and also in terms of the soil, it is incredible. I mean, I farmed next door for many years, so I've got a fairly good idea of the potential of it.
Does it give you a little boost, a little skip in the step that we're in a space where the economy's struggling, politics is not great, the whole world is, wine's not in a good place, and yet people are still willing to invest, put money into a property like this?
You can only do that if you have a long-term vision, a long-term plan, and deep enough pockets. But I think what is happening here, it's a continuation of something which is very special in terms of the heritage. And with the new energy that is going in here and with the vision, I'm very excited for the future of this property.
Thank you all very much for being with us. You and Nicole will be back a little later. Enjoy the rest of your evening. Good night. To join the Pick and Pay Wine Club, simply SMS your smart shopper number to 36775. It's absolutely free, and you'll get for yourself 3 times the smart shopper points on every bottle of wine bought. You'll also get a 20% discount on 10 different wines each month, a 25% discount on a case of wine, and a Magnum, some terrific competitions and invitations to awesome events.